Hey YouTube, what is going on? It is a beautiful day outside, so we're doing some outdoor vlogging today. We're going to do our comic haul. We just got back from the comic book store. Don't know if I've talked about it yet, but my comic store, nice guy, allows me to pick out books prior to Wednesday, comic book day, and he holds them for me. I can't buy them, but I can pick them out. He puts them in a little stack in my pull box, and then I can come by and get them. I don't really have a bona fide subscription to anything because my tastes tend to bounce around a little bit until I get settle on stuff and whatnot. But anyway, to make a long story short, he lets me come in, and usually what I then do is pick up a few books here and there and stuff like that. He's having a special, which is basically anything in the back order boxes are half off. So everything you're going to see with a sticker price on it, I got it for half that. But these are books that I got. I called them up over the weekend and said, hang on to these. I know that this book actually sold out. I'm glad I told him. Immortal Men, I had him hold on to a couple copies based on some reviews and also stuff like that. So I'm glad I got that. And I got, along the same lines, DC, I got a Sideways #3. This one was not sold out, but again, it's a cool book. And I think, again, it's a good starting point to get on the ground floor of these books and see where they go. And I always like to pay DC some respect as well. Even though I'm mostly Marvel, DC does some good stuff, so I'd like to again, I like to be a customer of theirs as well. And last but not least, I got the painted Matthias cover of JLA 28. And again, it's a very pretty cover. Kind of hard to see, isn't it? Just simply because the way the sun is, it's kind of messing things up. Okay, so back orders, back issues. And again, these were, some of them I'll explain, some of them I had to fill holes. This is 126. I believe this is first, it's first Torpedo, I'm not sure. Again, these are kind of minor keys, but nonetheless, cool books nonetheless. Daredevil 165. And I already have this one, but I love this cover. Love, love, love. Daredevil 200 with Bullseye not having the best day. And Daredevil looking like he's kind of tore up as well. Then, staying with Daredevil, we've got 258. I forget, I believe, again, this first issue, I think, of Bengal, if memory serves me right. Similar to a lot of people, I like to collect full runs. I do like key issues and stuff like that. Just, you never know what happens with them, and also again, it's cool to have and notate in your collection, stuff like that. 272, I believe, for Shotgun, and number 9. I forgot who this was, but I know this was a first appearance as well. Number 10. And then spent a little bit on this. This is in pretty nice shape, though. This is an old Fantastic Four, number 15. I mean, number 107, 15 cents. Again, just a very classic cover of Ben Grimm turning into the Thing. It's just a pretty green. Probably in about, again, they said fine minus. I'm agreeing with that. Maybe a little nicer. He tends to grade his comics on the conservative side, which I appreciate. You know, often he'll call things fine or very fine minus, and all it needs a lot of times is a little pressing or whatnot to make them a much nicer book. And again, I like that. And then Fantastic Four number 232. Then he had this. I couldn't believe it because this book is going to probably take off pretty soon. This is 265, Silver Sable first appearance, I believe. And again, my hunch is they're going to introduce probably some female characters. I know there's been some talk about that in the new Spidey. after Homecoming, and my guess is they're going to probably go either with the Black Cat or Silver Sable, or maybe both. I don't know. But there's also been some talk of giving them their own series. I know it's a kind of an on again, off again, on again, off again sort of thing, but nonetheless, nice book to get for $2.50. Bloodshot, number 6. I know I hear a lot of people talking about this book, especially since I believe what's his name was signed for the guy that plays Groot, and his name is escaping me, is set to play, I believe, Bloodshot. And again, hoping this book will do well. And then I think this one's probably going to be talked about, but I found a few of them in there. Spider-Man 263, excuse me. Significant because it's the first Normie Osborn, Norman Osborn's other son, and I believe the reason that this is, if the rumors are right, and I got this purely on spec, I believe that what they're going to do with the Red Goblin is Normie is going to take over, become a Red Goblin. He's going to either get infected or something like that. So there's going to be 2 Red Goblins running around, and I have a feeling that the way Marvel is going to solve their Green Goblin, Norman Osborn problem, Carnage, is they're going to probably have the mantle pass on to Normie Osborn. He'll become the Red Goblin, and Norman Osborn will go back to being the same old Green Goblin that we know now that he's been cured of his of the nanites and all that kind of stuff. So I got 1 copy of that, and I got another copy of that, and I got another copy of that. So I got 3. I'm going to put 1 up right now as a quick flip and see what happens. I'll keep you posted. We'll see. My last night when I checked eBay, they were still going for pretty cheap. They were about $3 or $4 each, probably closer to $6 with postage and shipping. And my guess is, if it's true, and I don't know exactly, I didn't look inside the book today when I pulled it, but if it's true that Normie Osborn is going to be the new Red Goblin, my guess is this is fixing to jump. So we'll see what happens. And then I got another Factor X, and again, my understanding is this is Terry, what's his name, from first appearance, and there's I guess some arguing whether it's this or I think X-Force 82 or something like that, but I'm sticking with this one. That's what a lot of the sites say. So they had this for $2, can't go wrong. And then just simply to fill a hole in my collection, I picked up Marvel Comic Presents number 2. I just bought number 1 about a month ago. Now I've got number 2 with a cool Wolverine cover. And I've got, believe it or not, 15 copies of this, but they currently reside in Wisconsin. They're getting snowed on. Not getting snowed on, but they're near snow. And I can't get them here. And I should have probably taken them home with me, but I didn't. So they're sitting in Wisconsin. So I saw this one for $2.50. And my guess is that this book will probably sell. It's not going to go crazy, but it'll probably sell somewhere next week or something like that. People seeing the name of the book, and then also seeing the name of the movie and doing the math and saying, yeah, let's get that. And then books that I haven't seen many people talk about. These are the coolest things in the world. My daughter actually found these, and these are 3D New 52s. I don't know what you want to call these. I guess the best way to call it is true 3D covers. This is Batman Doomsday 3.1. Number 1, and again, it's got Doomsday on the cover. And my guess, I'm just got a gut feeling, Doomsday is going to be a hot cut character again. I think that it's been, what now, about 25 years or so since he's really been part of anything. So my guess is they're going to find a way maybe to get him to come back and fight Superman and make a big deal out of it down the line a little bit. So anyway, 3D, and I also got this one too, Cheetah Wonder Woman, and the idea being that I think Cheetah is going to be a fairly big character in the new Wonder Woman movie. So I just bought, I think it's 7 and 9, which is her first appearance, and my guess, however, is anything Cheetah might be a kind of a good good bet. So $4. Again, it's a, for nothing else, I just absolutely dig this cover. This is the first time I've seen them. Again, this kind of run, this time, was when I was completely out of collecting. And so I'm, you know, trying to catch up on any of this stuff that is kind of notable or has cool characters or cool covers and stuff like that from back then. And you know, it's not often real expensive stuff. In fact, a lot of times it's just the opposite. It's kind of dollar bin things and whatnot. But this one I like because it's like if you've ever played a video game where you get attacked, like the shooting games. A lot of times when something comes and scratches you, it puts the three things, so that's kind of being supposed to be your blood here, and cheetahs just kind of run her claws across your chest. So that's what this is all about. It's a very cool cover. Then last two, I've got Ghost Rider number 21. I believe first appearance of something of that, like Snowblind. I hear a lot of people talking up this, and again, I do have a couple of these, but nothing here in Wisconsin, in North Carolina, so I figured to pick that up for $1.50. And last but not least, I found this, and this was having no price on it. Was a 50-cent book. It was normally $1, but they gave it to me for 50 cents because it was half off. And this is Infinity number 6, excuse me, part 4 of the 6-part series with the Thor on the cover. So can't go wrong with that. Anything with Infinity right now is probably going to warm up for the next few weeks. So I figured I'd get this and maybe give it a quick flip as well. And that is it, guys. So what we'll do, I'm going to talk to you. I'll probably put this up, and I'll probably put the Spider-Man 363 or 263, excuse me, up. And I will keep you posted as far as what they're doing. My recommendation, guys, if you haven't been, go to your comic book store, try to get there early, and see if there's any 263s in the bin. This is one of those books that, again, did absolutely nothing. To find 3 copies in my comic book store is insane. There's very few comics that have 3 copies of it. And the fact that this was there shows that there's not a lot of people pulling this book. It's on nobody's radar, and that's the best time to find it. So go take a gander and see if you can get one. And again, if it turns out the way I think it's going to be, which is Normie Osborn become the new Red Goblin, it'll probably have a sizable heat put on it. We'll see what happens. Could be wrong. And again, if they did, I risked what, about $5 altogether, something like that. And that's a risk I'll take every day. All right, guys, thanks for watching. This is Gino Bonino, and I will talk to you again, and happy hunting. Bye-bye.